Hello, everyone. Sorry we're late. It's my fault. 100%. My browser died. My browser died. That was exciting. That was an exciting little adventure. I'm gonna turn you up, actually, Cena. Oh, nope,
Do
never mind.
it.
There we go. We're good.
Don't do it. Do it.
Okay.
Don't do it.
One of those. Who knows? Who cares? We're here for it. I'm
Right.
Sassy Frost. This is Lady Duck Bun, and we're here to judge you. Maybe not you in particular, but possibly you in particular. If you post things on Reddit, we're probably here to judge you. So, yeah,
If your story gets picked, more power to you.
right? Because that's amazing if your if your shit gets picked.
Or if you have one to give it to me. I'll read it.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Someone had one to give, and I don't remember if they ever gave it or not. I don't think they did, because I don't think we've had one like that. Which is unfortunate. You ready to
Unfortunate.
just barrel into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Boop.
All right. I forgot. Am I going first? You go first.
You going
Don't
first. I
ask
got
me.
my husband, university lecturer.
You got a what?
My husband, a university lecturer.
I don't have anything about my husband university lecture.
Oh,
The first link was I cheated on my girlfriend. Do you have one that's?
no.
Where did you get that one
I
from?
don't know. Hang on, I'm gonna close all these windows. Okay, okay, okay. And I need to put chat over here so that I can actually see what's happening. Okay. Okay, now I cheated on my girlfriend of 8 years.
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Out here struggling.
I am 100% struggling on the
All right.
struggle bus. Okay, it's doing that thing again. Where
Where I just
Discord.
disappear.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
It's
maybe
good like
this will
that.
work. I'm just gonna stay. You gonna stay this time? Snooze for 5 minutes. Okay. Do your story in 5 minutes. Let's go. We have an
A
app that we
very
have
long
to
story.
do.
I'm gonna try though. All right. I, male 22, cheated on my girlfriend, female 22, of 8 years. She's acting like nothing happened. What can I do to try and talk about it? So some of these are not Am I the asshole stories. They're just
That's fine.
stories that I thought it would be fun to talk about.
I don't think mine are either, so
Uh,
we're good.
so obviously we are the advice givers in the situation because we definitely have experience with everything this one does.
I
So,
am definitely versed in heterosexual relationships of 8 years.
yeah, I mean, I am white and from Alabama and have barely left the state, so I know everything, obviously.
Also, eight
But anyway,
years and 22 years old. Jesus.
yeah. Which I mean, Zach and I have been together for what year is it?
A long
About to
time.
be 12, 13, no, 13 years, and I'm 27.
That's
So
wild. That's
actually, this is
wild.
about the same. All right. So my girlfriend Naraya and I have been together since we were 14. We started dating in year 9 and have been together since. Oh, also, I got this from, I forgot to call out the subreddit. I got this from the Two Hot Takes subreddit. And the poster is Her Bread Baker. That is the username. All right. We live in a flat and have done so for about a year and a half. I live in a city that has a lot of students, so there's a lot of affordable housing.
Nice.
Last month, Naraya and I got into a huge argument over my friend Josh. He's a particularly heavy drinker. Josh is the kind of guy who violently vocalizes his opinion, unprovoked while drunk. I'm not at all unfamiliar with the fact that he thought being in an 8-year relationship at 22 was ridiculous. Josh definitely wasn't the main reason for this argument. He was definitely just the tipping point. We'd been having petty arguments about anything and everything. This fight was ugly, and regretfully, I left midway and said nothing but "I can't handle you anymore" before leaving.
Damn.
Excuse me. This argument happened around 6 p.m., and by 10 p.m., I was getting drunk with my friends at a club. Josh was obviously there among my other friends, and we just got drunk and talked about how I'm still young and have so much to do. The whole night, I just kept drinking. Naraya had texted me a few times and called me too, but I didn't open or answer anything. I ended up getting blackout, and the next morning, I woke up in a bed with a woman I didn't know. I called one of
Ooh.
my friends I had been out with the night before, Caleb, to come get me. I asked him to tell me what happened, and long story short, she came over to us and I was weak. Our other two friends tried to stop me from leaving, but I had already gone when they realized what was happening. I told Caleb to take me home to Naraya. He asked if I was sure, but in that moment I couldn't think of anything else. I just wanted to be home. My phone was dying, but I managed to try and call her a few times before it died. When I got in, she wasn't there, and panic set in very fast. I charged my phone, showered, and just waited. I read her messages from the night before, and they were all apologetic and asking for me to please come home. She has my location, and she texted me asking me who I was with a little bit after the time Caleb said I had left the club.
Oh,
And that was
wow.
the last text. I got back to the flat around 9 a.m., and no matter how many times I called and texted, I was getting no answer. I called her best friend, Lily, and I was hung up on. When she came in around 3 p.m., I broke down immediately and just cried and begged. She didn't cry or anything. She just held me and told me it was fine, that we were fine. I apologized about yelling before leaving and explained what happened. She was patient and quiet. I could tell she was hurt, but it was clear she was trying to calm me down first. That was about 4 weeks ago, and we haven't talked about it since at all. Any time I try and bring it up, she just kisses my cheek, shakes her head a little. We're still sleeping in the same bed, having breakfast together, and doing things together as a couple. I was planning on proposing this year,
Oh, God.
but I don't know how to talk through this with her. She gets visibly upset when I try to approach it, but I know we can't leave it. A couple nights ago was our first try at being intimate since I cheated, and she broke down in my arms. It was the first time I've seen her explicitly cry over what I did. I held her for a bit and then ordered us food while she showered and got cleaned up. I made this Reddit account explicitly for this. I want to help her and be better for the sake of us. Please just let me know what I can do to make communication about what's happening easier for both of us.
Jesus. What a
Mm.
dumbass.
You obviously wasn't finna propose to her. You trying to fuck somebody else.
Right? Like that just, oh God, dude. I like why like like I know that we don't necessarily like it's not necessarily true that what we do while we're drunk is our true selves or whatever. Because you don't have those filters, you don't have those inhibitions. But if the first thing you do when you're drunk is go and cheat on your long-term girlfriend, I think that says a lot about what you feel about the relationship. Whether or not that's, you know, something that I I don't know. Like whether or not that's like something that what am I trying to say, Cena? Like I don't get it.
Something you were intending to do that night
Yeah.
or not,
Yeah,
you still did it. I, mean, I've been drunk. I don't know that I've ever been blackout, I guess, but I know you make dumb decisions, but if this was so important to you as a sober person, it would
mhm.
have still been important to you as a drunk person.
Yeah. And I think
Like
people
I couldn't dream in a million years doing something like that, even if I was drunk.
right. No,
I could
like
not
there's
dream of doing that.
and being in it for 8 years, like if you haven't already formed that bond, but I'm not saying that he is necessarily a bad person for what he did. Like I don't think that that's true, but I do think that it is very telling about how he viewed the relationship at that point. You know?
As like I know he doesn't necessarily want to force that conversation onto his girlfriend because that's wrong in and of itself. However,
It deals with both of them, and they really, absolutely need to talk about it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
they
They
have to talk
must
about it.
too.
Like
Yeah.
I get not wanting to force anyone into a conversation that they're not ready to have, and like it takes different people different times to
Mhm.
get over stuff. Like it just or
Right.
not get over it, but get to a point that you're comfortable with it. But it's been a month, homie.
Right. And y'all are and things are going on like normal outside of intimacy. Like
I
that's
I don't know that it is. I think I would be willing to bet that he is just hoping that it's normal.
that's true. Unless they're just awkward already.
Yes, but even I mean, even then, that's I don't know. Yeah, that's a hard sell. That is a hard sell to me for you to say to me, "Oh yeah, everything's been normal since I cheated on her and she knew."
Right. And
My
she
ass,
right.
my ass. She's packing her shit in the background and you don't know it.
I hope so, but but I also would hate to throw away 8 years. Like I feel like I would probably react somewhat similarly because like I would have to process what's going on, and I would have to not immediately take my first option, which is to murder them. Like just flat out murder them. I need some time to get rid of my murderous intention.
I just there I just don't. He also I understand that he wrote this post, but it seems that he has only really apologized the morning after that, post nut clarity. Uh,
And
it seems
just
like he only apologized then, and then like it just would not surprise me if he half-assed brought it up, and then she fucking broke down, and he's like, "Oh shit, maybe things aren't okay." Like,
right. I could see
yeah,
that. I could see
dumbass, they're
that.
not okay. Things have not been okay. You're just not realizing they're not okay.
Like I would much
But
rather
I
give
did want
her
to,
advice on this and not his
for sure,
because like
for
I
sure,
think she needs to I
get a
think
therapist. That's my
yeah,
advice.
Get a therapist. That's exactly what I was going to say. Also, we have an ad break in 30 seconds, and I can
Yes.
no
Well,
longer
let's
snooze them.
well, let's cover some comments. How's that? Let's cover
Yeah,
some
yeah.
comments. Top comment. I just don't understand why you continue to be friends with someone who isn't supportive of your relationship and then go out drinking with them after you have a fight with your girlfriend.
That's fair.
Preach.
That is so
Preach.
fair.
Next top comment. You cheated and then she had to comfort you. Let me ask. How much was Josh pushing you to drink and hook up while you were out?
Oh, for sure. You know he was. You know he absolutely was. Let's see,
I know we're
third.
about to have our ad break start.
Yeah, we.
Oh, go ahead.
A third comment would be you have been having petty fights about everything and anything and everything. 2, you have shitty friends. 3, you leave during a fight saying I can't handle you anymore. 4, you ignore her after leaving. 5, you get blackout drunk. 6, you cheat. 7, you break down and she has to calm you down. Wow, I truly hope she's working on her exit strategy.
She
Yeah.
truly does feel like it's her fault or whatever. I'm not saying her fault, but those are the words I'm using.
Mhm.
I, you know, he has gaslit and manipulated the shit out of her until she has felt like it is her fault.
Yep. If nothing else, like maybe she is just really mature. She was like, you know what? This is what it
Yeah, really
is.
mature and leaving your ass. I hope.
I hope. For her sake, I really hope. Because, like, that's just, I just don't understand people. Okay, we're in an ad break. Gonna go back to Big for a bit.
Are in ad break.
Thank God pre-rolls are off.
Right.
I need to make sure that we're doing that before, like, during the startup screen. So people don't get pre-rolls. That's so rude for me to do that. Uh, the next one. So is the next one? Oh, no, wait. I need to do my next one.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pulled up. But
Oh no. So the
but
university lecturer was mine. Ha!
okay, I was really concerned. I was like, I am confused.
I didn't put titles in mine because I was doing it from my phone. So
Mm.
okay.
Um, yeah, I got a couple of my stories come from other Reddit reading podcasts, Reddit Reddit pages,
Mhm.
Two Hot Takes, and Reddit on the Wiki. That
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Reddit on the Wiki is a good podcast. It's a good I just put it up on YouTube and listen because it is very interesting. It's three straight dudes, but boy, is it nice to hear other perspectives. Because being three het men
Right.
as they are, cis het men, they definitely have said things, and then the very next episode that they had, they're like, "Yeah, we read your comments, and yeah, we're wrong.
We're
So y'all right."
sorry. All right, ad break is over. Sorry about that.
All right.
Always lovely to have to be Twitch affiliate, but have 0 sub points and still have to run ads.
Hey, maybe you still get a couple pennies from that ad. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. You never know. It'll just be like 3 years before I accumulate enough that I can get a payout from it. All right, on to the next story. This one's mine. This is from our relationship advice. From Throw R A Akalelia. Okay.
So it's a throwaway account.
Yeah, it's a throw. I hope either that or they have a very strange name. My
Throw
husband
RA is a common like throwaway because if you can't type
throw
throwaway,
R.
you can type throw
Oh,
right.
that's fair. Okay. My husband, 36 male, a university lecturer, told me he has feelings for one of his students. I, 35 female, am crushed. Is there any point in pursuing more answers, or do I just move on?
Nah, I'm gonna see y'all later. You ain't gotta read the shit. I'm out. Nah,
Right? Uh,
nah. All right, I'm ready.
my husband, 36 male, and I, 35 female, have been married for 7 years. He teaches English literature at a university and has done so for a few years now. 4 weeks ago, he sat me down and took my hands. I was immediately scared by the look on his face and asked nervously what was wrong. He explained to me that he was resigning from his job, and when I asked why, he told me it was because he had developed intense feelings for one of his students, a 19-year-old. I felt like someone had knocked all the air out of me because I just sat gawping at him for what felt like ages. After that, there were things I needed to know. My main question was whether he had ever acted on his intense feelings and put this girl in danger. He was quick to defend himself and told me nothing like that ever happened, and everything he ever felt had never been acted on. He said that that was why he felt he had to leave his job. He apologized to me over and over, but all I could do was sit in silence, staring into space. Fair response, honestly. I was far too numb to even process my own feelings or communicate them to him, but pretty much knew that in that moment I needed space and that our marriage was over. We have a second home on the outskirts of the city, which is where I went and have been staying ever since. We have spoken a bit over the phone, and I expressed wanting a divorce. While upset, my husband agreed and apologized to me for what he'd done to us. And since then, we have not spoken. My husband told his parents about the situation, who in turn told mine, and now everyone seems to have the full picture and are all giving their opinions. Most people side with me in my decision to pursue divorce proceedings and have given amazing support, but some feel I'm being unfair. Their argument is by leaving his job, my husband is trying to do the right thing and he didn't pursue anything with the girl, which we only have his word on. However, they are 100% the loud minority and their opinions don't hold weight with me. I also spoke at length with the head of the university almost immediately after I found out. It turns out my husband confessed his reasons for leaving his job and they are in the process of conducting their own investigation. I just want the best for the girl involved. I already have a lawyer, and so I engaged with them to put some things in motion. I plan on going through my lawyer for all the stuff involving contact with my husband because right now I feel sick even seeing him. While at my therapist, I expressed my need for closure and for further answers because I'd feel so numb to ask very much and still felt in the dark. She agreed it might be a good idea to speak with him even if it's over the phone to obtain that closure. So that's where I am right now. We're getting divorced and for now I'm good with not seeing him in person. However, I do have a burning need to ask more questions, such as how long had he felt that way towards his student and how deep those emotions had been. Not only that, but to express how I feel now some of the shock has worn off. How do you guys think that would be a do you guys think that would be a good idea, or should I move on without pursuing these things? My mother in particular feels I'd only be setting myself up for more hurt if I did that, and I'm torn. Thanks all. First,
Well, first and foremost, I have a visual for everyone.
okay.
This is my red flag. Because homie is a walking red flag. I did a little arts and crafts when you were reading. Homie's a red flag. Hell no. I mean, the only props I got to him is fucking owning up to it. That's the only props I
Yeah.
got to him.
Quitting his job and owning up to it are two very big adult things that he should have done in the
I
situation.
suppose. But like, it just gives me the ick. I'm start with that. Where's the dude on TikTok? The dude on TikTok that runs with the giant red flag.
With a giant red flag.
Um.
So what do you think she should do? Do you think that she should spend the time and contact him to get those answers?
As far as her next steps, I completely understand feeling the need to want closure, even though it may hurt worse. Because if at least with me, I would probably want to get the closure just for peace of mind.
Right.
And there is no what if down the road. Mm-hmm. Yes, it may hurt even worse now, but if I hurt 10% more now, that's 10% less likely I'm to get back with his ass later. Like, if that makes sense. Like, let it all hurt.
Yep.
Let it come
Yep.
as is. And just, like, I don't know. I would want the closure probably. Just because it would make... I just feel like I need closure. Maybe that's just a control thing. That, I mean, like, I know who I am. I know that I prefer to be in control of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think I would want that closure as well, but I would also need to be prepared for those potential repercussions that are going to come from that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't blame her for wanting to talk to him. I do think FaceTime or Zoom or cell phone is the best call. Because sometimes when you're put on the spot in front of someone, it's hard to get away from them. Not like he's gonna hurt her or nothing. That's
Right.
not what I mean.
But it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to say sometimes what you really feel when you're face to face with someone.
Right. Because you can feel those consequences. Or like even if she writes him some sort of letter, but I would much rather have the voice of it, because he can't sit there and think about what he's going to write back and edit it and have someone else read over it. Like, it's something that you need to have those raw answers immediately. You know? Like,
Yeah,
you need that.
that whole situation fucking blows. Like, I don't know what her questions were. I mean, I guess she said what the questions that she has asked, but like, if this were me, how do you know her? How much time do you spend with her? At what point did you you have to spend, in my opinion, a decent amount of time around or with someone to catch feelings like that.
Right.
Why, when, how are you spending that time with that person?
And this could
Are they just...
also be a very big case of unrequited, like, love. Like, he just became infatuated with her because she can talk about Shakespeare and shit. So
don't it I just don't want it to be lost that he is 30, what, 7, 36,
36.
and she is 19. Bitch is
19.
barely legal. Her
Yep.
fucking frontal lobe is not done developing yet.
And he thinks that he is in love with her. And
Uh,
there's such a power dynamic at play
mm-hmm.
too. That's the reason why they have these investigations, is because there is such a power dynamic,
Yep.
and you just can't just cut them off.
Like I said, I know I was talking about another podcast I listened to, but they have one of the guys made this rule, not made this rule, but like stands by this rule. It's called the Sean rule, and 25 years old. If someone is over and someone is under 25 when they start dating, you're breaking the Sean rule. You have to be within like a 3-year range or something. So if you're 29 dating a 21-year-old, you're breaking the Sean rule, and more than likely you're icky.
Yep.
Why are you icky?
Right.
That's icky to me.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
homie really be breaking the Sean rule. Like, he is almost double her age. Double. And who's to say she's not just trying to flirt with him to get a good grade, and he's just over here like,
I'm
give me that
wrecking my
young
marriage.
punani.
Right. No.
I'm just saying, I ain't trying to be with a man that's trying to be with a 19-year-old.
No. And
Not 27.
I'm glad that she is taking the proactive route of, you're getting a divorce and there is no way that that's gonna change. But I mean, I get why she wants some closure, because I would want some closure too, honestly.
I would too. Even though it would hurt, I would want it.
Yeah. And I would want the honest truth. It's going to hurt me. I know it's going to hurt me, but still give me the absolute
Like, some
honest
people are
truth.
okay. Some people are okay not knowing. I'm not.
I'm not that person.
I'm not one of those people.
I can't do it.
Comments say.
Comments. Number one comment. I just can't believe someone quit their whole job without notice if it was entirely on unacted feelings, entirely unacted on feelings. That's I yeah that's. No,
I
look,
think they'd
look
be
at the
fucking
comment
around.
here. OP just confirmed in a different comment that he admitted to sleeping with the student multiple times. Couldn't even admit it to her face either. She had to find out from his father. What a douche! What a douche nozzle. So her instincts to
Fuck
end the
this man.
marriage.
Fuck this man. I don't need any more
Right.
closure. I don't need no more closure. I need closure. I would have needed closure if it was emotional and only emotional. That's not emotional.
No.
That's not just
I
emotional.
was
Get the
I was
fuck out of here. I would want to know how long you were doing it just so I could get more
here's
mad about it.
here's her comment. So she was responding to he quit his whole job as a university lecturer over intense feelings from one student. I'm not buying what is being sold. The math is not mathing. I suspect more will be revealed. She said, "Yep, you're right. His father just told me my husband confessed to sleeping with her more than once." I hope she takes him to the cleaners because obviously if they got another house, they got some extra monies. He fucking
Yeah.
ruined his career, I'm sure.
Over a fucking piece of ass that's 19, ain't even fully frontal lobed. I'm a woman, so I can say this. Probably a marketing major. Like, come on. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, especially. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
I can say it.
Yeah, exactly, John. That's why he didn't fight the divorce option. Like, he knew. He knew. Here's another one. I wish I could like filter out like everyone but OP.
You can just go to her page. Go to
Oh,
you
that's
scroll it and go to click on her account.
true.
Go to her account and look at what her comments are.
Let's see if she's only posted twice, so those I
Oh, you
found the
should be able to
two.
go to. Oh, so she only. Oh, okay.
Yep,
So those
she
were
only
her two
posted.
comments.
Yep. Wow. Wow.
Man, what a piece of shit, bro.
Yeah.
I bet he was just let me get my dick wet. It was fucking. I
And then
can't.
he caught some fucking feelings. He
I'm
had
so glad
sex
I
with
got a
her
piece.
and she's pregnant. That's why he quit his job. Or he was aggressive in his. No, 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 no. Speculation. That was
Oh,
speculation. That was speculation.
oh, my chest hurts after that one.
He's garbage. He's
Damn.
absolute garbage.
Also, a red flag on the first guy too. I didn't have my flag yet.
Yeah, oh
Red
yeah.
flag on both these stories so
Oh,
far.
absolutely.
This
All right.
feels like something they'd have in Stardew Valley, like just a little. It's the mailbox tag. Is what it's the
Yeah.
mailbox. Did you get mail today?
Okay, so this next one is yours. And
Boyfriend is getting close to sister-in-law.
yep, all right, it is up. The picture is up.
Perfect. So this is from the Reddit on Wiki podcast Reddit page, and it is posted by Salamander Neither 695. However, that's not the OP, and they're just reposting this. So the original post was on "Am I Overreacting?" by user Ha 679. I hope I got enough ha's there just for that. That tone deaf haha. All right. Titled Boyfriend is Getting Close to Sister-in-Law.
Ooh.
I, female 23, and my boyfriend, male 26. So, see, like, that's technically over the 25 mark, but they started dating 4 years ago. So, like, yeah, that's fine. That's
Right,
fine. They're
right.
pretty close in age. Have been together for about 4 years. Last year, my brother got married. My boyfriend was my plus one when we went there.
Uh-oh.
And we all got along so well. Sorry, my ADHD ass really be kicking in sometimes. However, I don't like that we only had one small 2-sentence paragraph of good things. However, about 3 months ago, I've noticed some suspicious behavior. My boyfriend started being more busy than usual. At first, I didn't assume anything, but one of my coworkers, who's also really close to my sister-in-law, said that she saw her at a bar with my boyfriend. They weren't doing anything except drinking, so I didn't really assume much. I asked him about it the next day, and he was pretty nonchalant. Since he didn't get defensive, I assumed that meant there was nothing more to it, and he had nothing to hide. Next page. I don't know if you're following
Yes,
along,
I'm
but next
following.
page. However, last night when I was with my boyfriend, he received a text. I'm not a nosy person, so I wasn't purposely trying to snoop. He was in the bathroom showering, and I just looked at his phone screen to see who it was, and I saw my sister-in-law's name. I know I shouldn't have, but I was a bit suspicious, so I ended up checking his messages. Pause for a split moment.
Mm-hmm.
If you're dating for someone for 4 years, you should be able to let them see your phone. And I know
Yeah.
people, I know that's like a thing that, I don't want nobody to see my phone, whatever. I, I will not date someone. I will not date someone that does not trust me enough to let me see their phone.
Yeah, like if you don't
Because
trust me
that
to
is a
see
part
your
of you.
phone, right?
Like this is an extension of you. This cell phone is a big piece of you nowadays. And if
mm-hmm.
you can't let me see what you're doing on that phone, that tells me you're doing something you don't want me to know about. So there's a part of you that I don't know. And I don't know you.
Exactly. No, I
So
totally agree.
just side tangent there. All right. Apparently, they've been having conversations for about 4 months. It's nothing explicit, but it's more than just small talk. And based on the conversation, they've had a few meetups at the bar. I haven't confronted him yet. I want to, but I'm worried that it'll make things really awkward. It's just both my relationship and my brother's relationship is now on the line. To me, this behavior is very unusual because why would my boyfriend be so close to my sister-in-law? I'm really heartbroken because I love my boyfriend and my brother loves his wife. I don't know how I should proceed. Do I confront him? Do I just leave it alone? Please help. I don't want to make things worse by jumping to conclusions.
Okay,
And
so
there is the next page is an edit,
so let's
so we can go
let's
ahead and add that in too.
let's wait for the edit
Okay.
because to me she hasn't said anything that jumps out to me as uh criminal in terms of our judgments. You know, like she even said that it's nothing explicit. It's more than small talk, but they could have shared interests. They could have a friendship and be meeting at a bar to drink without it being cheating or anything like that.
But
And she hasn't even brought it up with him yet.
right, but it's kind of maybe not full on red, maybe like pink, maybe like fuchsia flag. Why does she not know why he's at? Like, I can't imagine going to the bar with my partner's sibling-in-law
Mm-hmm.
and with no first off with no one else, but okay, let's just say you're friends.
Right.
But not telling my partner about that.
That is that. I mean, yes. I mean, it's very
That's
possible that.
sketchy.
But she. I mean, but she also. I don't know. Like it's like.
I mean, if that's something that they do, that they regularly go out with different people and just don't, I just crystal clear communication. I need
Yeah.
communication.
No, yeah, that's true.
I
That is
don't.
true.
If this the right now, homie's biggest problem is he is not communicating.
You're right.
If
And
nothing is
neither is
truly
she.
happening,
Neither is
I agree.
she.
But she didn't know it was happening.
True.
So how is she? She can't
True.
communicate if she didn't know it was happening.
True. Very, very true. Very, very, very true.
But
Very,
now
very
that
true.
she knows, she does need to try and have that conversation with him.
Agreed. All right, you
Excuse
ready
me.
for the edit?
I'm ready. I'm ready for the edit.
Okay.
Edit. Thank you all so much for the advice so far. I haven't seen all the responses yet, but I will get to them eventually. As of now, I've already texted my brother. I
Oh.
gave him a limited summary and told him I'd rather talk about it in person. He gets off of work soon and his wife works from home. He's going to try to see if there's any information he can collect before he and I talk about this today. I will update when I know more. That was the first edit.
Why? She still hasn't talked to him.
That's true. I'm not
Like,
saying what she did was correct. However, I'm so here for this going to my sibling.
I mean,
I'm here
that's
for it.
true. I mean, like that would. Yeah. Yeah.
As someone who's not involved, love to see the drama. However, yeah, not great. Not great. I wish you would have really just sat down and talked with your partner. And if he denied it again, whatever, right?
Right.
It,
Exactly.
so this is a string of posts from the same person about the same situation, so on and so forth. So the
I
next
see the
page,
not safe
our
for
next
work
post.
flare. Oh no.
It does. Not safe for what. That means they fucking, bro. You know they fucking.
Oh no.
Anyway. All right. So update. A lot of people wanted to be updated, so I decided to make a new post so the notification would go through. The original post is here, but we just read the original post. First off, thank you so much to everyone for giving insight. I did go through and read a lot of the new responses. I just don't have the energy to respond to everything. I'm sorry. Felt, sister, especially with I have a feeling what you're finna tell me is very exhausting. So, felt.
Yeah.
My brother got home from work. His wife works at home, and he was able to grab her phone while she was in a meeting. Her texts were the same that I saw on my boyfriend's phone, but her Snapchat revealed a bit more.
Oh
Why would they not be thinking about the Snapchat?
no.
Why we always be on the Snapchat, bro? Why we always be on the
No.
Snapchat? Apparently, they've been sending explicit content to each other, videos and pictures. It gets worse. Much worse. My
Oh
sister-in-law has a
no.
no, I didn't read all this on the way, apparently. My sister has a Pornhub account where she makes private not safe for work, which my brother found through her search history. He had no idea. I guess her income was going to her separate bank account and they have two separate, one joint. That's not even the shocker. It's that one video posted 2 weeks ago was her doing it with a guy, but they're wearing masks, so it's anonymous. But I
No.
recognize who it is because, I've slept with my boyfriend before. Oh, this was during one of our business trips. One of the nights my boyfriend was busy. So yeah, it's official. They've done it. They've done it, recorded it, and posted that bitch on Pornhub. My brother told my sister-in-law he had to run an errand, but he's actually meeting with me at the moment. I knew the text messages probably hinted at something going on, but I had no idea it would go this far. I'm honestly in shock. Not only that they did it together, but that it was posted on a website for other people to see and watch. Neither of our partners know that we know yet. My brother is planning on talking to his wife tonight and wants to divorce. I will be breaking up with my boyfriend as well tonight. Of course, before any final decision is made, both of us will make sure to talk this out with our partners separately. But given all of what we've seen, it's most likely both of our relationships are over for good. I know people look down on snooping on people's phones, but after all the advice given, the reasonable suspicion, I don't really care anymore. Felt. I'm glad that we found out, and I have no shame in my suspicions anymore. Thank you all again for the support and the advice given. If it weren't for the insight and those who recommended this plan, we probably would have never known, or at least not known the extent of what's going on. So we were flaming her for going to her brother, but now I'm like, shit, I'm glad you went to your
Right.
brother. Because, wow, that's fucking tough. Whew.
Jesus! That's not what I was expecting at all.
Mm.
Bruh. I feel real bad for her.
Yeah, this is, let's see. I went to the original post, which the post has been deleted, but the comments have not been. Like the account has been deleted. Um
Which,
Third top comment, yeah, this is weird. The first one, the first link.
okay.
Um so I went to the what for real, the third comment, I collapsed the first two. Yeah, this is weird. He met her at a wedding and they exchanged numbers. They live an hour away, but they were having meetups that he hasn't told you about. These
Oh,
texts
I
are
didn't
hella
realize they
personal.
were an hour away. That's a little
I'm sure she
different.
commented that. I bet she commented that, and we just didn't necessarily see that. Meetups that he hasn't told you about. These texts are hella personal, and he keeps asking about her marriage. You are drowning in red flags. Tell your brother
Girl,
ASAP and
yeah.
talk to your boyfriend. And as for and let's see, and for people who are going to tell you men and women can be friends, well, sure, but why are they keeping it a secret?
Yeah.
And would you be friends with your girlfriend's sister-in-law and then don't even hang out? When they don't even hang out, and if you want to hang out with girlfriend sister-in-law, wouldn't you invite your girlfriend or at least mention you were friends with her? Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
He thought he pulled one over when he didn't say nothing crazy when she asked him the first time.
And that's scary, honestly. Like, if he completely acted normal, like, how many times has he done this to you? Like, how many times has he been able to just, like, say, oh, yeah, no, nothing's going wrong? Everything is
Gross.
perfectly okay. Ugh,
Mm, yuck.
Jesus. Like that took a very different turn. A very, very different turn than what I was expecting. Let's look at the other one, and then we'll take a minute ad break. 。
Okay, okay.
And on their taxes, this is from OP. And on their taxes, she claimed a side job. She does candle making on Etsy, but I guess it was technically included in the money from her other side gig as well. Bruh! Candle making. He be
She be jumping
oh.
on that candle, you know what I'm saying? Just saying.
I
She
mean,
be on that candle.
look.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick.
Listen here. Listen here. I would be ballin' if I made candles like that. I would be ballin'. All right, let's start.
You need to make personal mold candles. That's what you need.
Oh yeah, because that's right. I used to sell those things. All right, we're doing an ad break. We're gonna sit and hang out for a minute because we don't have any subs, so everyone gets to see ads.
Sorry, but let me know.
I think everyone has to see ads, right? Like I don't think that there's a way around it, even if you have like Twitch Prime or whatever.
Well, I think if you have Prime and you sub with Prime, you can get around it.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I know I have ads turned off for subscribers.
There you
But
go.
I got no subscribers,
You used,
so
you used to sell what now?
I used to like Kinky Cucumber.
What? Say that again. What?
Kinky Cucumber was the name of a store I used to have, a little store.
When did this happen? Why did I not know about it?
It was
When?
years ago. It was years ago. Why? Wait, did the ad break just now start? I'm so confused.
Well, you know, there's a delay in the actual thing, so it probably started when you clicked it.
Now we're taking a minute.
I don't know.
All
We got a
right.
minute, 12 seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, yeah, that's tough, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's tough.
Oh, I remember reading
That's
this
tough.
one. Okay.
Ugh.
I think I read the first couple of things on it. I do have a feel good, and I don't know if I should do the feel good next or if we should just barrel through the
Let's barrel through. We gotta end with the feel good.
Right.
And if we want to end with a feel good, I need to go twice. I need to do my bonus story that's not the poop knife because mine, it's another advice one.
Oh, Lord, Lord.
Which I'm thinking these other ones are going to be quicker than the other one
Yeah, I
so
think
far.
so. I think so. Yeah, because this one
The
that I
first
have is
one I
okay.
had, the first one I had, I was literally, what was I? I don't know what I was doing, but I had to like stop reading it and then read it some more in the middle because of how
Right.
long it was. And I was like, this story is so good. We have to read it. We have to read the story. It's so
Right.
good.
Oh, my other one is the HOA beatdown that I sent you. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
have two feel okay stories. Oh, ad break's
yeah.
over. Linda, you two pick some juicy ones. We did. I had to we had to skip last week, so we because of me, it's my fault. But yeah, like we had to make sure that we got some dang good ones this time. You ready to kick it into the next one? The
Let's do
story number
it. Let's do
3.
it.
All right.
Wait, story number. Wait, this is number 4. I've already went
Yeah, that's what I
twice.
meant. That's what I meant. I meant story number 4. I meant story number 4. I
Okay,
can't count.
okay,
I
okay,
went to
okay.
Brookwood. I went to Brookwood.
Okay, yeah, I did too. All
All
right.
right, this one is called "I Met Him in My Husband's Past After He Told Me Not to Worry About It." It was posted originally on "Am I the Asshole? Want to Be the Asshole?" Public. I don't really know what that subreddit is. That's not our normal one, but this is on Oh No Consequences. So, am I the asshole
I
for
love
dig?
that subreddit. Oh no, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Right? Am I the asshole for digging up my husband's past? So I, 25 female, have been with my husband, 23 male, for 5 years and married for 3. He's a very quiet, reclusive guy. I can count on how many friends he has on one hand. Oh, that's terrible English. And he doesn't talk much about his childhood. Oh, geez, Willikers. Okay. I know that he has a single father, 43 male, who he moved in with later on in his childhood, and an older half brother, 25 male. It seems to be sort of taboo to bring up specifically his childhood, especially during the time before he moved in with his father. I've gone to dinner at his family's place a lot, and sometimes his brother would be telling a story. He'll get briefly brought up, and then everyone will go quiet. It's bothered me for some time now, if I'm honest. I've asked so many times what happened only for my husband to tell me he's not ready to talk about it or to dodge the subject. He's in therapy, so what's the holdup? Bitch! Sorry, but bitch! Recently, I also had noticed some scars on his neck. He wears a lot of turtlenecks, so I rarely am seeing or paying attention to his neck. I asked, he dodged the question, and it just made me want to know what happened more. It all came to a head a few days ago when I decided to take things into my own hands while my husband was on a trip for the weekend. I asked all of his friends what they knew, if he had said anything strange about his past. They said nothing. Learning this just made me want to find out more. I practically tore apart the entire house while he was gone looking for anything at all. Nothing. Fucking nothing. I swear to God, I was starting to think that he was some kind of fucking lab creature who was never a baby at this point. There was nothing, no indicators of his life before his teens, and even then barely anything was there. No pictures, no yearbooks, absolutely nothing. It was like he just appeared into existence one day. I ended up calling his father, who, after a lot of poking and prodding about the situation, spilled absolutely everything. My husband, the sweetest man alive, had been abused to the point of near death by his mother, neglected so badly that at 12 he was only 40 pounds, and nearly got strangled to death by that bastard woman. That was why he got sent to his father, apparently. I felt sick. I actually couldn't believe what I had just heard. I just kind of hung up and cleaned the house back up and sat around feeling really gross. My husband, who came back a day early when his father spilled that he had told me, was furious. For the first time in our entire relationship, he fucking screamed at me. He
Should
screamed
have.
that, right? He screamed that I was awful for digging up his past when he wasn't ready. I just kind of stood there, stunned, as he grabbed his cat and left. The cat. He's been staying with his brother since and isn't answering my calls nor his father's. At this rate, I'm worried I might be getting served divorce papers. I was just curious. I didn't think it would be something that bad. Am I the asshole? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
if someone says, if someone says, I don't want to talk about it, then they don't want to talk about it.
Like I understand as a partner feeling left out,
Yeah.
feeling that, that sense, but that's something you have a conversation about. You tell your partner, hey, I've really just been, uneasy about this. Can
Mhm.
I join you in day in therapy? Can we do joint therapy together? I just really wish I knew more about your background. If it's not something you're comfortable talking about, I understand, but is there a goal we can work towards? Is there, you know, like you have to have that conversation without, it just sounds like she's always been like, hey, yo, what you doing as a baby?
Right.
And then that's it.
Like
In a
tell me I
very
need to know
offhanded,
everything. There's some edits on the original post if we want to go
okay,
through them really quick.
let's do it.
So she is editing to clarify a few things. One, we know quite a lot about each other. This is honestly the one aspect that I knew nothing about. He was semi-open about things in his very late teens, 16, 17-ish, fairly closed off about anything after 13, and just refused to talk about anything before then. Two, I didn't see the scars on his neck until recently because it's weird as hell to stare at someone's neck. He also is much shorter than me, 5'2" compared to 5. Oh Jesus! And almost always wears turtlenecks. This is also part of why I didn't piece two and two together. 3. I was the one who proposed and willingly chose to go into this marriage. I thought he would say more as time went on, but he didn't. And 4. I have my own issues with my family that I don't talk much about. Wow. You have your own issues and you're going to force your husband into this?
I need a sedative. Oh. I don't know if it isn't the consequences of my own dumbass actions.
Right? I mean, he took the cat. He is done with her. I agree. He doesn't deserve her.
I mean,
Like,
I think that should have been, if that was something that you knew was going to bother you, that's something you should have asked before you got married.
yep. I mean, and there's plenty of reason to, maybe to not share things until later. That's perfectly okay. That's perfectly fine. That is not a bad thing. Like, it's
I also hate
fine.
that she probably just really damaged his relationship with his father
Yep.
because she
She did.
made
And she sounds
him
like she's
say.
a very persistent person, and his father probably just was like fed up and was just, like it just he was forced into it. He was coerced into doing it and betraying his trust.
Okay,
Like,
let's see. John said apparently she didn't know as much as she says. They're married, and she has never seen this man when he wakes up or during intercourse or when he's in the shower. How did she miss the scars? Also, doesn't know him well enough to know that this was important to him and she needed to respect his wishes. That's
amen.
so true. What do you
Amen.
mean it's weird as hell to stare at someone's neck? I shaved Zach's neck because he got hair on the back of it.
I mean, like,
How do
if you're
you not?
sleeping behind someone or cuddled up to someone, you're going to be looking at their neck. He doesn't wear turtlenecks to bed. He
Even
may.
if
He
even if
may.
it's dark, even if it's dark,
I just don't.
you're so right. That I kind of like. I thought of that. I thought about that. The fact that she said the whole neck thing
Yeah.
earlier, but then I forgot about it. Ow! How do you not know what his neck looks like? And also, she said she saw scarring even once. Immediate red flag.
Right.
Immediate full stop. Immediate full stop. Like, I feel like
Ridiculous.
she did not do a good job at making herself a safe space for him. It seems
No,
like she was
absolutely
very
didn't.
pushy.
Absolutely did not
And
make
the quickest
herself a
way
safe
to not be
space.
told something is not be in a safe space.
Right. Like, if you're going to be that persistent about things, like, fuck you, honestly.
Like, and if that's something that's going to bother her so badly that she doesn't know about him, then
Oh,
she should not have married him.
this comment brings back so many memories. So she's been with him for 5 years, and oh, there's scars around the neck that she's never noticed. Did she untie a ribbon that was around his neck and his head fell off? Do you know that story? Those were my favorite books growing up.
No, what story?
Oh my god. And Jenny's head fell off. Yes. This story. You know what? We're taking a little tangent. Oh, well, okay. Well, apparently we're not because it's just gonna be that one page. But this is the last page, and she would never take off her ribbon. Alfred, she said, now I can tell you about the green ribbon. Untie it, and you will see why I could never tell you before. Slowly and carefully, Alfred untied the ribbon, and Jenny's head fell off. I
What
loved
the fuck is
those
that from?
books. It's a book. I read it in elementary school.
It looks like
Um,
Shel Silverstein type style is what it looks like.
what was the name of this book? It was one of my favorite books. In a dark, dark room and other scary stories.
Hmm.
I'm gonna buy this book for my niece. I probably shouldn't. My sister would absolutely cut it off. She'd be like, "Nah, what are you doing?"
Well, if you buy it, be careful about putting your dress on there.
Dirk Simmer. 64 pages. Look at me, kindergarten through third grade. It was a good series. It was a good series. But yeah, yeah. Jesus. Jesus. All right, your turn, ma'am.
All right. I
Excuse
forgot
me.
what
Oh
part.
my god, I forgot I was live.
Twin
And just
sister.
yeah. All
All right, I'm
right.
gonna be so real with you right now.
Okay.
I didn't read the entirety of this. I skimmed it pretty good, and I was like, "Oh, this is fucked." We're reading it.
All right. I'm ready for it. Hold on. Oh,
We're
there we go.
reading it. All right, from Am I the Asshole? sent by deleted because they got pussy and then undeleted. They fucking deleted their account. You immediately know it's gonna be bad when they deleted their account.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, Lindy said she read that book too.
It was amazing!
Could not be me.
Amazing.
Because I'm a little bitch. Could not be me.
Did you not read Goosebumps and stuff as a kid?
No, I did not.
Cena.
I know. The closest I got to that was fucking a series of unfortunate events.
Oh, that was just happy times for me. Like, I don't understand.
Look, I know what I said. Blasphemy!
Ha
Get out of here!
Oh,
me, sideways.
the
I
chat
did my
is
best.
against you. The chat has been against you.
Look, there's a lot of. I was very sheltered growing up. You think Mom would have been happy if I brought home a book about scary stories?
Shit, that's when you just read it in the dang library. Miss Healy.
Look, I was just struggling to watch Edna and Eddie because that was off limits for me.
Oh God. Okay, that's fair. My mom did not restrict those sort of things.
Goosebumps where the dead child possesses one child each year. The fuck? Hell no. Oh my God. I still have a very distinct memory. It was definitely in elementary school. I caught the back half of a Criminal Minds episode.
Oh no.
And the Criminal Minds episode was about a devil worshiper. Like her whole bit was like worshiping the devil.
Yeah.
And stuff. And yeah, it was dark. Because it was like at one point they had someone like in a hole and they were sacrificing them and it was like a whole thing. So I very distinctly remember seeing that episode and being like, oh no, I'm scared.
Such a pussy.
I know what I am.
At least you know. That's what matters.
I know.
Least you know.
I'm self-aware. Determined by a game of hide and seek. Bro, I'm bad at hide and seek too. I don't know how to be quiet.
I know you really don't. Oh my God.
Look, I know myself.
You have never known how to be quiet in the entire time I've known you. And that's been a long time. How was there when you were born, okay?
Hey, I am who I am. I'm aware of who I am. I do what I do, you know.
Fair enough.
Don't ask me how I did it. I just did it. It was hard. All right. Back to the story.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for telling my twin sister she will never fit in with us?
Oh, this is
just
already
based off
juicy.
of the title. Yes, but based off of the title, yes. All right. So, 29 female, say less. You're 29 years old and you can't grow up. All right. Let's do this. 29 female, have 4 siblings. Mark, 33, male. Josh, 31, male. Eva, 29, female. Wait, they're the same age, or if they're twins.
I wonder.
Oh, it literally says that in the title.
Oh,
ooh, I'm stupid.
Someone is a little slow today.
Ooh. All right, and Tony. Fuck you, Tony. All right, Tony, 26 male. Me and Eva, that is horribly written. Eva and I are fraternal twins. Our mother was a stay-at-home mom, but she was emotionally absent. Growing up, our father was very hard on us. He wanted his first son to be a doctor, so Mark had to work all the time. He had Josh learn violin at 4 years old and made him play for hours. Tony had to be a lawyer and I had the chance to be a beautiful kid, and I participated in beauty pageants starting at 3 years old.
Jesus.
Step 1, the starting asshole is the dad here so far.
Yeah, 100%.
The parents. Yes, right over. Fair, John. Fair. We only got halfway through the story and fair. Eva was free of this because she wasn't beautiful, and my father didn't think a woman could do much anyway.
No wonder her mother was emotionally absent.
She always had liberty and could do whatever she wanted without pressure on her shoulders. She could have friends, had no one care about her grades, and didn't have to work her ass off every day. We're not proud of it, but we tended to exclude her since she was slacking off when we were working so hard. She also was a problematic teen. She skipped class, hung around with a bad crowd, and drank. She even disappeared for a week without notice when she was 15.
Jesus.
stating after that she wanted to get away with her boyfriend for a road trip while I wasn't even allowed to leave the house for a night because my parents wanted to make sure I did my work and would only eat what I was allowed to. Eva would throw tantrums, saying she was neglected and no one would care if she disappeared. I was enraged with her because she never realized the chance she had and we only grew apart from that point. After high school, I went far away and started working as a makeup artist. I eloped at 26 with Eli, 27 male, and never looked back. Last month, our father passed away, and my siblings and I went to the family home for the funeral. We stayed for 3 weeks and reconnected a lot. Mark had a breakdown at 23 from all the pressure and barely recovered. He's now happier, got a job as a tech in a lab, is married, and has 2 little kids. Josh stopped violin and is a drummer and a piano teacher, and Tony is a public defender. Eva chose to be a social worker. It was a bit weird with Eva, since we hadn't seen each other for years and gave up contact too. She once again tried to dismiss what we went through, saying she was abused as us, even though that is nowhere near true. One evening, she completely flipped out on us, calling us assholes and saying that we were like her father and excluded her. She kept going on about how our parents never took an interest in her, neither did we, and that she went through hell thinking she was worthless. Mark started to cry, so I took Eva out and lashed out at her, saying she was the asshole for being jealous of our misery and that she will never fit in with us because she never got abused, and it was insane of her to claim she had. She left that night and didn't apologize to any of us. When I went home, I cried a lot and told everything to my husband, expecting him to be supportive of me. But he said I should be the one to call and apologize to my sister. So, am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yes, all of you fucking suck. Apparently, except for Mark.
Right? No, Mark is the one with the breakdown, and
Mark had a breakdown and even was upset when you said that to her and when she said that to him.
everyone is
Everyone
asshole,
fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Except for Eva.
No, Eva sucks too.
Okay, you think she sucks just for lashing out? Period.
No, I think she's. I mean, look. I think it all stems from the father.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Eva got the opposite side of the bad stick, but I think she also really sucks for being like, because she was abused just like they were, but in a very different way, and she's acting like a brat about it. Like they are all abused, they are all damaged by their father. Are they assholes because
I just feel like I have more grace for her because they have excluded her, and she's trying to be a part of the family with them, and they're just constantly telling her, "You're not like us. You didn't get abused." Who are you to say that to someone? Period.
True. No, I absolutely agree.
On what authority can you say that to someone? Yeah, I would fucking lose my shit too, I think, if someone said that to me. And also, if I had spent all those years being apart from my family, my dad died, I come home, all of my siblings are bonding again, and I'm trying to reconnect with them, and they shut me out again like this shit from when I was a kid. Fuck no.
Yeah,
and her calling them out. I mean, yeah, I guess that's bratty, but calling them out for saying, "What the fuck, y'all really gonna do this as a grown ass adult?"
Very true.
We're really gonna do this. We're really gonna play fucking. We're really gonna gatekeep.
Yeah.
We're gonna gatekeep abuse because my abuse is different than yours, and you think it's lesser. That's a whole nother thing. And I love that she goes so far into detail about her being a kid at 15, skipping class, drinking with the background. She was fucking neglected.
Right.
She was acting out because she couldn't get the attention of her parents.
Yep. No, she was. And I think like, I'm not saying that she was a bad person for being a brat, but I think.
For sure.
But I still think.
I mean, I'm not saying what she did was right either, but I think it's just more justified than the others.
Oh yeah, they like the others do seem like they are like that step above, like where you're like being bratty, like they're that step above and they're just being a dicks.
Like how so self-aware that you were abused and your other family members were abused, but you can't see that all of you were abused.
Right.
You're so close to being a self-aware wolf. You're
Right.
so close.
You're so close to being self-aware.
I think they all suck, but I don't know. I guess really the only two people, and I sympathize with Josh Mark, because he's the oldest, so he got it the longest,
Right. He got the brunt
had the
of everything.
breakdown,
What was it that they said that he wanted Mark to be a doctor, Josh to learn violin, and Tony to be a
and
lawyer.
Tony the lawyer.
And then
Yeah,
she was
John said,
basically
let's see,
John Benet
Eva,
Ramsey.
Eva. John said Eva is a little asshole. OP is a big one, especially for
Agreed.
basically acting better for her being more abused.
Agreed.
I agree. Like, I think I'm not saying that any of them are assholeless.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if anyone's less of an asshole, it's Eva, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
No,
Like,
no,
I
no.
just can't imagine.
Totally agree.
I can't imagine getting abused in a different way. And also, how would she fucking know? She won't talk to her.
True.
You're
Like
twins. You don't talk to your fucking twin?
I yeah, and like I mean like all of the blame for all of them being assholes is 100% on the father. Like he
Yeah,
seems
honestly,
like a
good thing he's off this earth. He was
miserable.
just fucking scum.
Yeah, he
He
seems
was
like a
making this
miserable
an
piece of
earth
shit.
worse.
Honestly. Let's see what the
Because they're
comments say.
And my father didn't think a woman could do much anyway. You know what? I think me and you could have sat down for a little while. Me and Mister Asshole's dad,
Yeah.
Mister OP's dad. Me and you could have had a good conversation.
Yeah. I would love
Your sister disappeared at 15 for a week and nobody noticed. This is severely abusive. Not that it's a competition, but it sounds like your strict father focused on kids he felt worthy and ignored
Yep.
her. Say less. Say less. That she's worthless, nothing, not worth the effort, and invisible. You and your siblings may felt the pressure to succeed, but she was ignored completely. It's giving Harry Potter locked under the stairs.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
That
yeah,
I
I'm
think
not.
both of them are very like I mean like although yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of YTAs, YTAs,
Yeah,
YTA.
she was definitely marked as the asshole. So,
So good. Honestly, they all suck.
oh god, like mm-mm.
And there's no telling, like she didn't put it in there, but there is no telling how many times Eva reached out and was just shunned or, hand slapped
And the fact
to
that
get away.
she turned to social work feels like the perfect,
Oh,
that perfect finale for her. Like I like because like
ugh.
you hear that so much. People go into social work not for the money, obviously, because there is hardly any money in it, but like they go into social work um to help people that were like them, you
Yeah.
know. All right, let's run a quick
Well,
1 minute ad break so that we can get these pre-rolls off before we start the next story.
all right, do it. So
Clicking the
I guess you
button.
go with your third story.
Yes.
You third story. I'll go with the top bonus, and then you go with your fourth to end it off with a good one.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. We won't read the poop knife since you know the poop knife. It's not as fun if you don't know it. I mean, if you know
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's so gross, though. Who has a knife that they cut their fucking turd
We
with?
were we were actually talking about that like at my dad's birthday this past Sunday. Like I said something about a poop knife and like obviously Candy and Dad had no idea what I was talking about. But but Lacey and Nathan absolutely knew. They're like, "Oh, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm."
Because it is. Nope. Gross. Oh man.
15 seconds.
I'm gonna pull up my other story and then just click on the stream. Bada bing, bada boom.
I am absolutely adding this
Fast.
book to my.
Do this.
Oh,
Do it now.
I forgot my browser was. Hi, we're back. I forgot to put us into big screen, so.
Ah, that's all right. That's all right.
All right. So this one is from Satisfying as Fuck, the most satisfying HOA beatdown in a court setting that I've ever read.
Oh yeah, say less. Let's hit it. Hit it
Let's
and
do
quit it.
it. I have told this many times. I had No. What are you doing? Incoming ad
What you
break.
having ad break?
We
Snooze.
just
I
think.
got you, bro.
Thank you. Rude.
What the hell?
I have told this many times. I had an HOA advise me that they had voted my property into their HOA and that I had 30 days to come into compliance.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works.
I sent a
Okay.
response that I was not part of their HOA. 30 days later, I started receiving violation notices in my mailbox. I sent a cease and desist letter. A month later, I received a notice of intent to seize my property if I was not in compliance in 10 days. 2 weeks later, I received notice of a scheduled hearing. At the courthouse, the attorney for the HOA recognized me and asked if I represented the homeowner. I told him that I was the homeowner. So she's an attorney. Or he, who knows. I told him that I was not part of the HOA and that I had been advised of that in writing. And they had been advised of that in writing several times. In court, the HOA president told how I had ignored all notices and refused to pay fines. When it was my turn, I asked her how long the property had been part of the HOA. She gave the date that they had voted my property in. I asked her if she had membership documents signed by me. She said, "No, you refused, so we voted you in." The judge and their attorney both said, "Huh?" Then I asked her about putting violation notices in my mailbox, and she said that was the only way since I refused to install a notice box at my garage door. I asked her if she realized that putting mail in a U.S. mailbox was a federal crime. She said not in an HOA. I saw their attorney shake his head. The judge asked her how she thought the HOA could vote someone in without their consent. She said they annexed property according to their bylaws. I asked the judge for a judgment as a matter of law and consideration of my counterclaim. The judge said, "Granted to both, state your counterclaim." I outlined my compensatory damages and then asked for punitive damages in the amount of $5,000 per violation notice and an additional $10,000 for the frivolous case. The judge granted $350,000 in punitive damages
Hell yeah, bitch! Found the house. Hell yeah!
and just over $50,000 in actual damages for time and earnings lost responding and researching their claims. HOA woman said that the HOA could not pay the judgment. I told the judge that I would accept the vacant 20 acres of associated property adjoining my property with the release of HOA claims. The HOA voted the next week to release the property and remove Karen. Yes, her
Oh
name is
no, and it's
Karen.
spelled with a C, bro.
I
Who
know,
spells
right?
Aaron with a C?
As HOA president,
Ugh.
I found out that she wanted my property to access to the additional acres the HOA had purchased to build additional homes to sell. Subsequently, the members of the HOA voted to dissolve the HOA as without the additional anticipated acreage income, they could not continue to fulfill the HOA obligations. The entire neighborhood, save a few of us, is much happier with the HOA gone.
Get
My
hooked, Karen.
lord.
Bro, 350K is crazy.
Right? I love it. And
Oh man.
it was amazing. That is an amazing story.
Top 10. That's top 10.
Because I think it's one of my
Hell yeah.
favorite. Like, I don't know. I read it and I was like, yeah.
I know you be all about some hating some
Oh
HOA.
yeah, I got my
I can't.
sweater and everything. Even though I've lived in
I
HOAs
know. I
like
know.
the majority of my life.
I can't deal with the fact. I cannot deal with the fact that that bitch said, "Well, we couldn't get you to sign those papers, so we voted you in."
Like,
That's not how that works.
this is most definitely not how this works.
Fucking idiot. Is this on our Justice Boner? I don't know, but I
Basically
hope it
is.
is.
Basically it is. Satisfying as fuck is the same thing.
Satisfying as fuck.
I
Mm.
call bullshit. And then the whole neighborhood clapped, and then everybody clapped.
Fucking idiot.
Lord, right? My Lord Kim. I mean, come on.
Oh. All right, so we ready to go through the bonus stories?
I'm going to. My husband is a good man. I think I want a divorce.
Yep, that's the bonus story, and
All
then
right.
you have your feel good bonus story.
All right. I am
All
ready.
right. So I again skimmed this one pretty good and thought this would be a good one for us to give unsolicited advice for. So also posted on Reddit on Wiki by a raw Sabah words. This is a personal story on this subreddit. So this is they post a lot of other Reddit posts on here. So this is
Mhm.
someone who actually went to this subreddit and posted. So
Gotcha. Okay.
I, 36 female, married him, 31 male, about 5 years ago. He's funny, good hearted, and he's very clear about how much he loves me. I love him too, obviously. He's a good partner. He balances my personality well. We've built a good life together. I can't fully explain why this feeling is so strong. Here are some small things that have magnified in the past few weeks. There have been times that I won't fully specify where I've brought up my fear of being left by him if, when I get cancer, it runs in my family. My husband is a man of few words. Most of our communication is grunts and body language. I used to love that, but when I bring up something like this, words or at least a comforting hug would be preferred. Even after asking this, his response to my request for reassurance here is very specific no, and nothing else. I've been back and forth on the idea of having kids. Kids are expensive and a lot of work. He started to warm to the idea, though, through our marriage, but he generally hates kids and often looks at them with disdain. I'm realizing that my indecisiveness around parenthood comes in part from the knowledge that even though he could be a good dad, without working on that disdain, he wouldn't be. And he wouldn't really feel deep impetus to do so because he'd only be agreeing to parenthood because he loves me. I'm getting too old to really have kids the organic way, and I've read a lot about the ethical issues with adoption. So,
What?
the ethical issues with
What
what?
ethical issues with
Am I
adoption?
confused? Are there ethical issues with adoption? Okay. Anyway, we're just gonna skid on past that because I don't
Okay. I hope
understand.
someone asks
Um,
that question and we can get an answer in the
I hope so
comments.
too because I'm confusion. Um, so it's probably a moot point, but I'm realizing more and more that I married someone I no longer would even want to make a dad. I work in education, I love kids, and he has purposely looked for homes where we will not be near kids. He hates the sound of children's voices. I didn't even realize how much he hated kids until we got married. He can be kind to them, but generally he doesn't like them. He doesn't think I'm funny. I know a lot of people don't think women are funny, but many people do tell me I'm funny. It's apparently a very well known trait of mine. I don't want to be with someone who's laughing at me more than they're laughing with me. The biggest thing is that I've mentioned these issues. I've asked to talk about them. I've asked for couples therapy. I've had major depression on and off, deaths in the family, etc. So I've been to therapy, been taking care of myself. And in my opinion, working with kids mean you should always work on your communication on how you approach others. I'm doing my best, the best I can to communicate and be responsive to his needs and his requests. He often has created new pieces of advice for me to follow for my health, and I'm realizing that a lot of it is because he thinks that if he plies me with water and watches what I eat. Oh my God, am I having a stroke? He thinks that if he plies me with water and watches what I eat for me, not making me diet, but making me eat in general, I won't be upset with him. As in, I think he thinks the issue with our relationship all came from my depression and that he has nothing further to adjust now than he just does chores around the house. He did finally assert that he will try to do better, but our conversations have displayed to me that he doesn't perceive my concerns as being real to him. It's like crumbs on the countertop. I can feel them under my fingertips. He can't. He cleans them now because I've asked to do so often, but to him, I'm imagining them. He has been working on communication with me and some things that look like mental health concerns to me, but he doesn't perceive the value in it, so he isn't taking it seriously. For my part, maybe I'm just not marriage material, especially for a man. I like that line, especially for a man. I've always been told I'm too difficult for any man to deal with. I try not to be, but I'm very idealistic. I keep trying to make things easier on people, but in the end, I feel overwhelmed by my bullheadedness. And I'm fast to quit, be over with something. I think the depression helps with this. Bad things have happened enough times in my life, and I've survived so many of them that the idea of being alone isn't scary anymore. I can always rebuild after a new disaster? Or am I so unused to stability that the notion of our lives, let's see, is that about to happen? In a minute. That the notion of our lives are finally stabilizing is caused me to seek a way to destabilize us so that I can go back to my idea of normal. If possible, please be kind with your takes. Whatever you think of this post, I'm very sad about the feeling, and it just keeps building, and I don't know what to do.
Like, it sounds like she has no idea who she married. Like, they
The
both
fact
have
that Homeboy won't
issues.
talk to her,
But that's who he has always been. Like, he has always been the person.
it's like she just woke up.
Yeah. It's like she just woke up. Ethical issues with adoption come mostly from private adoptions. The only real issues with federal funded adoptions are the fact that kids' backgrounds and health history is next to impossible. No, that's true. I could kind of see that, yeah. But it
We do have an ad break starting in 3 seconds, so we'll
okay.
pause a moment. I'll chomp on my thoughts.
Yeah.
The
I'll
issues
make us big for
come
a minute.
mostly from private. Oh, that's what you were reading.
Yeah.
Only real issues with federal funded adoptions are the fact that a kid's background and health history is next to impossible to know. I didn't know there were. I mean, I can see how there would be issues with ethical. I mean, with like private stuff, but like I've never even.
I never thought of because I mean that's how I would have to have children obviously is through adoption. So
I don't
I've
have
ne-
to have it. But that's the only way I'm gonna.
yeah, I mean like but it's
I ain't
also
birthing a child. Hell nah.
that's 9 months of your life carrying
Hell
around a
nah.
20-pound thing in
I
in
already
your
got two
body.
20-pound jugs on my chest, bro. I don't need another one that's bigger on the belly.
But at least it's there to like hold your boobies.
I got, and so I'm squishing it.
Oh wait, now the ad break's running. What is
Now the
going
ad
on?
start. I'm so confused. Why does it do this?
Oh, you know what it is? It's running for
What?
20 it's running for 30 seconds. So I need to run an hour, a minute and a half every half hour. So it's
Oh,
forcing me to run the last 30 seconds of ads.
got it.
I just need to make sure I remember
It's core.
that.
It's quick though. It's quick though. We out. Looks like we out now.
We out now. Okay, let's get back into it.
So let's see. I don't even know private adopting was real till now. Seems weird to me. Yeah, that feels like some backwoods. We can't have kids. Will your sister take my sperm? That's giving surrogate. I don't know.
So
Private adoption's weird.
like all the people that I know have always done private adoptions. Like they've never gone through the normal like government system. So they've always gone, but they've always
How
been
did they
people
find those
like
people?
so I
Is
mean
it different than surrogacy?
yeah, it's very different from surrogacy. Like it's people who want to give up their children and they go to an adoption agency and say, "Hey, I want to give up my child." And then so like these parents and they're usually wealthy in the case that I know. So like it's usually doctors or lawyers and they will pay this parent their like they give them a monthly stipend. They pay for all of their medical care, all of their uh, like, getting prepared for the baby, and they do all of that for them versus being in the system. I think the child is usually taken away and they're in the foster care system. So that's the only thing. But I mean, it could also be yeah. I mean, it is technically profiting off children. So you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's wild either way. And I think also the big thing is like if you're privately adopting, the parent has the right to even after you adopt and even after you give them all of that money, they can still say no and they can still take their child back for up to like a certain amount of time afterwards, which I think
Nah.
is that's a little
Ooh,
wild to me. Which I mean
look,
I
I'm just rolling with my shopping cart. Pick up a couple one day. You know, put them in the cart and take
you
them home
know,
with me.
you know
Just saying.
that would be how
Everybody deserves a loving family.
I would like to have like the Amazon of adoption. Can I filter by personal
Tender for
preferences?
adoption.
Can I say like did they have a good childhood? Yes. Are they old enough to drive themselves? Yes.
You're
Do they make straight A's? Yes.
getting a little specific there. um, but as far as homegirl here, I really hate that for her. It really sounds like her best bet is to go.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone is. I don't think they're asking if they're the asshole or anything, but I think it's you know like you have now figured out, and maybe he feels the same way, but maybe they have figured out that they are not compatible after 5 years, and that's okay. Like it sounds
Yeah.
like they're not fighting, they're not having brawls. They are just figuring out, and maybe a little too late, but they have figured out that they are not good together, and it's okay to separate. And you can still be friends
And
because
it
it's
seems
set.
like she's had those deep conversations with him, but you know, sometimes it takes a real slap in the face for
Hmm.
some of the peni having genitalia people to be really slapped in the face with something. Like sit down and say, "Look, this is potentially a divorce worthy subject for me. So unless you are prepared to just go ahead and go through with that, we need to do these things."
Agreed.
Like
Yeah.
almost like an ultimatum, but more of just a very serious conversation
Yeah.
saying, like this is about to be my breaking point, and I'm having these thoughts. I'm having these thoughts of, going through a divorce. So I need you to sit down and talk with me, or we can go ahead and move forward with
Yeah.
this because this is not that's not sustainable for her.
Yeah. And it's not. It really is not sustainable at all. And like, damn.
He's telling you who he is. Listen,
Right. And
he's
he's
telling
told
you
you,
who he is.
he's told her who he is the entire time, and and she it's probably not that she wasn't listening. She was probably um turning a blind eye to it because she probably felt like like this is my husband, this is who I want to marry. I'm not going to like I want to marry him.
Right, right. I just because she's probably been thinking this a long time
Yep.
and has finally found the courage to write it out.
Right.
So I just really hope that she's able to follow through. I don't know if this was only posted 2 days ago, so I
Oh
don't know that
yeah,
there
so
will
I
be.
I doubt there's, but let's see if there's anything from them on in their comments. Uh, he's never called me difficult, but I have a story. Oh yeah, I forgot that she had called herself difficult. That people said that she was difficult. Like reminds me of a friend of mine. Um, but
I went to her page just to
yeah.
see her personal or her posts before. And a year ago, she posted 2 posts very quickly, one after one another. One of them says, "I, 35 female, am scared my brother may not be alive." And then the following post says, "It's on off my chest.
Oh
My
God.
brother is dead. My brother is dead. We found out too much." And if you keep scrolling, my husband struggles with crowds and turns into a jerk.
Let's see.
So, homie seems like he's really not had a good track record, and she's finally just
Mm-mm.
had enough.
I mean, and she always starts it with, "Let's start with this. My husband, he's an amazing husband. Makes me coffee every morning. Makes a great breakfast at least once a week on weekends, and on at least on weekends is caring and attention. So like, when we aren't around strangers."
Yeah.
I
Sometimes you really just got to have that really
yeah,
hard conversation, and you have to be very blunt because sometimes just saying, "Oh, I'm not happy," that's not enough.
right.
I'm not happy, and I'm going to leave your ass if you do not do something different.
And
And if you don't care
honestly,
enough to do something different now that I've said this to you, peace
right.
out, Girl Scout. I'll
All
see
right,
you never.
done.
Hmm.
I'm very curious. Oh, good God, that's just a big wall of text.
Oh, hell no. I'm not reading all that. That's a lot.
Oh no, 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 no,
There's
no.
also a lot of trigger warnings at the top. So,
Yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah, I'm gonna X out of that one. All right, so on to the last one. We've had a lot of good, juicy stories today. Um,
and we're going to end with a cleanser, a good feel good story.
yeah, a really, really good feel good story.
Hopefully, everybody's still here. I know we've been really talking about some cheating, shitting men
Right,
over here.
okay.
And then
Yeah.
some catty ass sister. Woo!
This one is called "I'm Marrying the Man I Met on Pornhub 18 plus 18 months later."
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The OOP is Automatic Picture 83, and originally
Okay.
posted to R Off My Chest back in September 2022. So I, 24 female, started making porn content in 2018. To be honest, it was purely for myself, my low self-esteem and depression. Just a little sidebar. You go, girl. If you have low self-esteem and depression, and you feel like you can make porn content, good for fucking you.
Get pop off, sis.
Like there
That means
is
she's
no way I could do that with my low self-esteem and depression. So good for you. I just wanted to feel validated, so I started posting there and later moved to Snapchat too. I was fully talking and sexting with hundreds of men, and I was living for the attention. I honestly enjoyed the conversations more than the sexting. Either way, this lasted up to mid 2019 when I got too depressed to even make content. I stopped answering people and everything died down. I didn't delete anything since it was still making revenue. One day around December 2019, a dude texted me on Snapchat. Unlike the majority of dudes, it wasn't a snap of his dick. He was showing me his cats. I have a soft spot for animals, so I had to answer. Then I realized he texted me months before, but it was when I had stopped. I told him I didn't sex anymore so he could stop texting me, but he said he didn't care and just wanted to talk. Apparently, he found my page on Pornhub and wanted to shoot his shot on Snap. I was very lonely at the time, so I enjoyed talking. We started talking almost 24/7. He was funny, cute, and very kind. Later on in 2020, we started dating long distance. I was falling so hard, it's crazy now that I think about it. Up to this point, I haven't told anyone that I was talking or dating him. I eventually told my family I was in a long distance relationship. I lied and said we met on Reddit, and since most of my friends and family don't know a lot about Reddit, they believed me. Fair. No one meets on Reddit. They're all
Mm, incels.
assholes.
Incels meet on Reddit, and that's
That's
about it.
true. That's true. We eventually met in person at the end of 2021, and I got the confirmation I needed that I was fully in love with him. He was so handsome and so good with my family and friends. Also, even if you don't believe me, we were both virgins. I was just a horny virgin wanting attention. Are you Mormon? We were each other's first time. He had to go back to his country. Oh,
Content
okay.
on Pornhub that's
Right,
self. I mean,
right.
you can do
Like,
like masturbating and stuff, right?
oh yeah, oh yeah,
So
yeah,
that has to be what she. If she was a virgin, then she must have been doing that instead
yeah.
of
Like she was just doing it for like herself, like an OnlyFans kind
right,
of thing.
right.
He had to go back to his country, and I realized how crazy attached I was to him. He later proposed on in mid 2022, and we're getting married in December of this year. I still can't believe I found the one in the worst time of my life. We were both depressed, lonely, and desperate for attention, and we eventually found each other in a shithole. Now we're both better and so happy, but I can't tell anyone our story, so I just wanted to talk to strangers here. Edited. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for your kind comments. My fiance and I read them and we love them and died laughing with some others. And to the ones asking for my Pornhub channel, it's all gone. It got deleted, so you can stop asking for it. Those are the people on Reddit that I know. This is why you can't
Horn
read.
dogs, bro. God dang, fucking horn
Ah,
dogs.
these are some of the relevant comments. Jesus is racist. Wow, that's a wild ride. You probably want to delete whatever off that channel, though. Did you meet his family and friends? OOP, I did. Once we got serious, I asked for BH to delete my account and content. It's all gone now. Same with that Snap account. And I did meet them. We told them the same story, and we get along super well. Someone else asked, please don't go from LDR to married. Live together a bit first. Agreed. We did. I didn't include that, but we lived together in my country from May to August. No problems came out. He's also moving temporarily with me in November, so I still have more time to live with him before the wedding. And it just seemed like a. Oh wait. Oh, there's the update down here. Okay, I never read the update. So this is the 18 months later update. So just posted 12 days ago, 13 days ago.
Okay.
Hi Reddit, I know no one asked for this update, but I was thinking about this post recently and I thought, why not? It's been almost 2 years since I first posted about the story of how I met my now husband. I know some of you were worried about me and his intentions or thought that this might end up bad since we didn't know each other for long, but I'm here to let you all know I've never been happier in my life, and this was truly one of the best decisions I could have ever made. As I said in the original post, we got married in December 2022. We had a small but beautiful wedding. He moved into my country. Not gonna lie, it was amazing seeing how he was so willing to leave his country behind to be with me. Lots of you warned me it could be a passport bro trying to get a third world country wife to go back to his country to serve him, but quite the opposite. He left his comfortable life back home to live with me in my little third world country, but damn, we're happy. As of now, we're just enjoying life here, living the best and happiest moments we both could have wished for. I won't lie, I still struggle with things about our past, but we work them together and has never actually affected us. All this to say there's hope for everyone. My whole life I thought I was someone that couldn't be liked by anyone. I was always the fugly of the group and my mental health was on hell. But at the end, I can say it can get so much better. Finally, thanks for everyone who heard my story back then and cheered me on. Really appreciate it. I just thought that was a
Good.
very cute, kind of different story than what we usually talk about.
But good for her. I
Yeah,
think a relationship can spark from anywhere. It's just how is your communication, and it seems like theirs is good.
theirs is
So
good. Yeah,
I mean, no issues, no quarrels there. Quarrels, qualms,
Qu-
quarrels there.
quarrels, quarrels. But yeah, I think that's where we wrap it up for today.
I think so. Hopefully, we didn't bore y'all to death. So we picked a couple spicy boys.
We picked some spicy boys. We will see you guys in 2 weeks on.
Maybe if Loki doesn't cancel on me again.
No, I'm not gonna cancel. On the 25th, I have my teeth cleaning. I'll be sparkly white
Look at you.
for
Look,
the
I
thing.
might be I'm going to the gastro doctor that morning, so I might be.
Oh, you may be emptied out and just ready to go,
You're
ready
right.
to
You're right.
party.
So in other words, I may have my camera off next time. Uh, taking the call from the bathroom, you know. But no, I'm good for it in 2 weeks. I'm very excited to keep going. So hopefully, y'all. It looks like we got 5 folks on here. Hopefully y'all are enjoying it, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Oh fuck, I forgot how to end. I always forget. Anyway, stop screaming. Bye.